Selfishness used to be a vice. Today, it's a virtue. What happened? And what does the American cowboy have to do with it? Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, My View from Outside. After the election of Donald Trump, many asked how could this have happened, not only in the USA, but around the world. I believe an important part of the answer lies in how people define their goals today. The top priority has become personal well-being, even at the cost and expense of others. But how did we, beyond just the US, arrive at this growing culture of selfishness? That's the question I'll explore today in this episode. Before we go on, just a short wish from my side. This is a new channel. I hope to grow and be a good source for people to get some deeper understanding of politics. You can help me to grow and reach more people by subscribing and clicking the like button. You're also very welcome to comment on the site. Thank you very much. And now let's get on. The lost solidarity. After World War II, something remarkable happened. People believed that poverty could be eliminated, that society was stronger when supported one another, even sacrificing a bit of our own comfort for the greater good. Government programs in many countries opened access to better education and housing. Strong labor unions organized workers around shared goals and fought for fair wages. There was a real sense of collective progress. But that spirit is largely gone today. And it didn't disappear just by accident. Strong social movements were never in favor of the ultra-rich. The shift to self-interest. Starting in the 1970s, a powerful alliance of wealthy donors, corporations, and right-wing individuals set out to change how we think. Decades of messaging reframed our solidarity as weakness, or in modern talk, as woke, and selfishness celebrate as strength. Productivity kept rising, but wages didn't. Public statistics prove by 2024, workers were producing 2.5 more than in the early 1970s, but their pay only rose by 37%. Most of that wealth went to the top few who got through this inequality immensely rich. A divine right to profit. This idea that wealth equals virtue isn't new. It goes back to the Protestant Reformation and the teachings of Jean Calvin in the late Middle Ages. In the US, it took root in evangelical society and ideology. Many members came to believe that economic success is a sign of God's blessing. As historian John Field puts it, a strong economy is a sign of divine favor. This mindset made it easy to justify inequality. If you're poor, it's your fault. If you're rich, You must belong to the chosen ones. Just look at the US tele-evangelists. They amass enormous wealth, living lives of luxury and detachment, not humility. Bread and gains. New personal goals that never realized weren't enough to keep poor people satisfied. People needed distractions, something to keep them from noticing their stagnant wages and shrinking security. Like in ancient Rome, the answer was bread and gains. In our case, just enough income to survive and endless entertainment. Hollywood told us that anyone can make it, that the poor kid always wins. But for most people, this and will always be just a fantasy dream, a comforting lie. The myth of the cowboy. Into this fantasy fits the cowboy, a highly stylized figure letting mainly white men dream of the good old times when one could freely roam the country and get rich. The cowboy was made the ultimate American idol. Alone, armed, and morally unbothered by those he leaves behind in dust. The cowboy doesn't cooperate. He dominates. He wins. He is the hero and gets that beautiful woman. This myth didn't stay in movies. It shaped a generation of men and real politics, from Reagan to Trump.
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Trump, a convicted criminal and serial liar, gained millions of votes because he played the strong man, a sort of modern cowboy, the winner, the hero, the womanizer. And that's what many Americans admire most, as they have been dreaming this whenever they sat in the movies. The cost of selfishness. To elevate selfishness into an idol status has a price. It erodes trust. It breaks communities. It turns every social problem anyone has into a personal failure. People isolate, trying to win alone instead of joining forces with others in the same miserable situation. Mental health suffers. Inequality skyrockets. Democracy weakens. The hopeless search for a winner, a hero that can lead them out of this misery. And the rich, they keep winning because the poor fight against each other. My conclusion: it doesn't have to be this way. Solidarity is not dead. It's just been buried under marketing, ideology, and distractions. Maybe it takes crises like this, times where the need gets so overwhelming that people get reminded that they have to work together and care for each other. Across the world, people are reclaiming collective power, demanding fairness, building something better, and elections in several countries show that there are more and more people that search solidarity instead of the lonesome heroes. The cowboy myth is powerful, but it's a dangerous fantasy that ends in a nightmare. Why do we still believe it? Shouldn't we have learned from history? Maybe it's time we write a new winning history together. If this episode gave you something to think about, please like, share, and subscribe. And tell me in the comments what kind of society do you think we should live in.